video, we are going to talk about how many Google ad descriptions should you use for maximum profit. When I say ad descriptions, we're talking about there's headlines on an ad and descriptions. The descriptions are what I'm specifically talking about in today's video. You can do up to 4 descriptions on an ad, if you don't know already, of which you shouldn't always use all 4 of the descriptions, which is one of the things I'm going to teach you and tell you about on today's video. A lot of you guys make that mistake and you end up not making as much money out of your Google ads as you could or you should. Furthermore though, in a lot of cases you really should use all 4 of the ad descriptions. It all depends on your situation, of which I'm going to explain the potential situations you can basically fall into, or the categories you can fall into, so you know if you should be using 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever amount of descriptions there, but more importantly, what should you even put on that darn description in the first place? Because that there's a skill to it to get to get the kind of ultimate results you want, which is high click-through rates. It's really, you want to do one thing and one thing only with those descriptions. Do whatever it's going to take to get the highest click-through rate possible on your ads. And a lot of that comes down to just understanding what it is that your market wants. And a lot of you guys just glaze over that and make it seem simpler than it is. You need to be talking to your salespeople. You need to be reading your reviews. You need to be reading your competitors' reviews, particularly your negative ones. And furthermore, you have to understand, basically in terms of structure, how to structure it. So once you know what to say, how to structure it, and furthermore, you can't write a good ad if you don't know what people want when they see that ad. And when you try to run one ad for everything that you're trying to target as far as keywords go, you end up with a really shitty, mediocre ad, even if you have the best ad copywriter in the world to write your descriptions. So all of that kind of ties in together. I'm going to tell you the way that I write descriptions given at our firm. I run a PPC agency. I do all the strategy specifically at the agency. We have a few dozen clients, and we're the only agency that guarantees results for our clients up front, in that we don't charge fees until our client gets enough sales results on their campaigns in addition to what they have to compensate or to basically cover the fees that we charge ultimately. And so with us having to guarantee results for clients like that, you damn well know I know what I'm talking about in terms of getting results. Otherwise I'd be bankrupt already. So I'm giving you what I do for these ad descriptions so you can do it for yourself without hiring me effectively, and use the 15 years of ad writing experience I have running ads and coming up with ad descriptions on Google Ads for myself and the hundreds of clients that I've had over the last 15 years and businesses that I've ran. So with that said, this will be your turnkey way, the best possible formula for the best descriptions that you can have on your ads to get the most click-through rates approaching or exceeding, in a lot of cases, 10+%. A lot of you guys might think that that's crazy. Doing things the way that I do things, I'm going to regularly get over 10% click-through rates. If you got 10% click-through rates already, almost for sure you can get 20 to 30% click-through rates just by doing the information I'm going to share with you in today's video. And if you don't know the significance of that, of course, your click-through rate comes down, your cost per click comes down, which is what most people know of, but they also don't know when you have a higher click-through rate, Google shows you more. They give you higher impression share is what it's called. Because you're not guaranteed to always show up for a certain keyword when you want to show up, or a search result when you want to show up. But the big secret that nobody knows about that you get as a part of higher click-through rates, particularly click-through rates that are beating the other 4 to 10 different people that are cycling in and out of the ad spots on the top of Google for the keywords you want, is you start getting a higher percentage of the best traffic. Google, when you start out, they give you the dog shit traffic because they think you're going to be in and out, and you're going to think you're going to be an overnight millionaire, and this is great, and I'm going to spend 15 minutes setting up my ads, and it's going to make me rich, and if it doesn't, fuck them, I'm not going to run these ads anymore, I'm going to shut them off. That's 90% of people that run Google ads or try it out. The 10% are the ones that persevere, and they realize anything that has the potential to make me millions of dollars or make them millions of dollars isn't going to take 15 minutes to do. Especially since when every single one of my competitors know what Google Ads is. So anyway, effectively, you do more than what your competition's willing to do to get the click-through rate higher than your competition. Google will give you all three of those things: lower click-through or lower cost per click, show up a higher percentage of the time, and more importantly than even those other first two, a higher percentage of the time for the people most likely to convert. Because Google pretty well knows who's going to convert and who's not going to convert based upon all the stuff that that person did before making that search, or all the traits that they have, because they keep, every person that uses Google, they keep a database about everything about that person on file, and through their machine learning, they kind of know who's going to convert into a sale and who's not based upon who's searching. And if you're not going to be around for more than 90 days, why give you all the good quality traffic and piss off their loyal advertisers? So that's something to keep in mind as you go ahead and you go through your journey using Google Ads. Google will scratch your back, pat you on the back, if you scratch their customers' back, because that makes people want to come back to Google. Obviously, they want to reward the people that are helping them grow their business the most. So anyway, Google lets you have up to 4 different ad descriptions on your ads. But like I said starting out the video, that doesn't always mean that you actually should. You only do things when you're advertising if there's a purpose. This whole, oh, there's 4 ad blanks, I'll just fill them all in, then I'll have a 100% ad score. Really dumb. Because it's hard enough to make millions of dollars in your business running ads for your business. Why wing it, first of all? Because just winging it is stupid when it has that much potential possible impact on your business. But more importantly, you're giving the algorithm that Google has more to go through and test and all that. And if you don't even know if one's better than the other and just vomited whatever you were going to do onto the 4 descriptions there, you're better off just sticking with one, because the time that's going to take Google to find you the right placement in the algorithm, because that's what they're always doing. That's why it takes so long to make money with ads most of the time, because on top of everything I told you earlier, Google's got to figure out, is it male versus female that convert well for you? Is it old versus young? And then over time, they figure out how to drill in your ads to the exact type of person who does well with your exact site and your exact offer in your space, and show you for those times versus another ad for somebody else that's, another offer or another advertiser is better for them. And ultimately, you want to not randomly wing this, and you want to learn about who it is that you're selling to. So people greatly underestimate, in terms of having that ad to have the highest click-through rate in your space for the keywords you want to show up for. So you get everything going for you, and you're going downhill with this Google Ads thing, and it's working better and better and better and better on an ongoing basis, versus you're spinning tires effectively, and it's not a matter of if it will work, but when. You need to do your customer research. Not enough people, they just say, I sell promotional products. Buy them. Who gives a shit? What do you do with your promo products that is unique that other people don't do? Okay? Say that in your ads. But more importantly with that, go further than that. If you go further, you're going to be in the top 1% in your space already, because nobody basically does this. Go ask your salesperson or salespeople, if you aren't the salesperson in your company, and ask them, what are the most common questions everybody asks? What are the top 20 questions? Write them all down. Those questions are the questions you want to answer by means of your ads, particularly the descriptions, because it's the best place to do it effectively. Because the top part of the ad, the headline, you want to cover, can you do it? That is, you want to tell them that whatever they're searching for, you can do it. That you cover their area if you're geographically based. And can they trust you? And then the description can go into letting them know that the things that they typically have questions about, that you do that or whatever. That it's warranted, or basically you can get this overnight if you need to, whatever it is for your market. And then furthermore, read your damn reviews. Your negative ones are the most important, so you know what to say, because if one person complained and bitched about it, there's 100 other people who thought about it and never bitched. That's the golden rule when it comes to reviews. More importantly, read all your competitors' reviews. I've talked about on other videos, the best way to come up with a product idea for a business is just to go read all the reviews on Amazon. Literally spend a day reading all the bad reviews on Amazon for a bunch of different products. You'll find people bitching, and then you'll go Google and see if there's a product that fixes that, and there's none. Bang, there you have your product idea. Of course, you have to make the product, and that's not simple, but that's how you actually do well. You find a void in the market, and then you nail it, and nail it from the standpoint that you're telling people right up front that you don't have that issue that you know a lot of people ask about. So anyway, what I said should be obviously pretty self-explanatory, but I say it anyway because a lot of people need to rethink what they're doing. So with all that research, if you can't think of what to say through all the research you did, and you really did the proper amount of research, stick to just one description, because like I said, the algorithm, and I didn't finish my complete thought about that before, the algorithm's got to figure out what people do well with your ad and your product, your specific product that you sell in your niche. And when you add 4 descriptions, you're adding the time it takes for the algorithm to find you that placement. So don't add any additional time. The algorithm has to learn if you're not sure that, there's a good chance that this thing over here might do better than this over here. If you're just like randomly filling up the blanks, then you're just extending the time that it takes for you to get to your end destination, which is good ROI from the algorithm knowing how to place you in the search results with your ads. But realistically, with all the research, and the reason why I brought it up is there's probably 4 different main things at least that people they have concerns about, either before they buy or after they bought that they complained about. And then you write 4 different descriptions to focus on each one of those so that you could figure out which one the most people complain about. And obviously you could find that kind of out by reading reviews and see which complaints come up the most, but you get the general idea of what I'm trying to say here. Now, to get into the method itself, like how I write my descriptions to guarantee results for our clients, got a flow chart here that explains this in simple terms for you. The first thing you're going to do is this is like preparing for war. If you want a 10+% click-through rate, so you have a higher click-through rate than the rest of your competition, so Google loves the shit out of you and promotes the shit out of you for super rock bottom prices, so your ROI is insanely high. You start out with the you win before you even begin, which is you use single keyword ad groups like I do on every single campaign I run, and that everybody else in this world is going to tell you it's stupid and I'm stupid for running them. Guess what? I don't want to act like an arrogant asshole, but none of these other people saying that they don't work, single keyword ad groups work, don't guarantee any results for their clients. So I don't care what they say, and you should therefore put stock in what I'm telling you, because if I don't get results, I don't get paid. Single keyword ad groups, to clarify, that means only one keyword for each ad group that you have, so that you can have a laser targeted ad for every single keyword. And to do that right, instead of having 10, 20 keywords, you need like 500. And target each individual variant of how people could search for your product or service individually so that an ad can be laser targeted for each person. Why? It's damn hard to write an ad for somebody when you don't even know what the hell they want. If we're just talking about a simple plumbing service, if they're typing in broken toilet repair, versus plumbing services, you don't want the same ad for both of those people, obviously. An ad that says broken toilet repair service is going to get 3 times the click-through rate. And so without even knowing jack shit about writing an ad description or an ad in general, you can win this in most markets just by doing that one thing. So I have to bring that up front. But it also puts you in position to know what to even write on the description, given you know what that person wants because you know what keyword they typed in. This puts you in such a better position right from the start that it's not that hard to write a good description. Even though I will say that usually the description, I don't write that custom for every ad because it does take too long, if you will. I mean, that would be the best. So what I do is I'll take all the keywords, I'll have like 500 keywords that we're targeting for plumbing service, for instance, going back to that example. And I'll break those into like 10 different subcategories. Broken toilet, clogged drain, backed up sewer, whatever. And with that, we'll have an ad kind of template for each one, and then so that the descriptions can be different for each one of those categories, if you will. So that the descriptions, we know the descriptions can be on point based upon what they're searching for the most part, or pretty well anyway. Or, because effectively, if we were to take it all the way and write a unique description or descriptions for each keyword, it would take a long time and you wouldn't get that much more results. Breaking it down, so, whether they typed in broken toilet repair or broken shitter repair, whatever, or broken, John repair, the description effectively, that in itself isn't going to change your click-through rate if you didn't have the opportunity to have a unique description for each one of those. Even though sometimes if we want extra results, instead of just putting the keyword they type in as the first headline, which is the golden rule to get your 10+% click-through rate, we'll also say it in the description as well. If we go ahead and write a unique description for every keyword, and somewhere down the line when we can't figure out anything else to do to make our ads better, we'll do that as well. So that the description can say, if the keyword was broken shitter repair, the ad says broken shitter repair, and one of the descriptions, or the only description, says, we're the best broken shitter repair company on the block, blah, 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 blah. So, but anyway, you get the general idea. Break the keywords down into, like several, 3 to 10 different categories. Then, a lot better, right before you begin and had written a single letter, what descriptions should be able to be relevant enough to get that user to click not just a high rate, but higher than your competition, because really that's all it's about. What click-through rate is high? That it's whatever click-through rate it takes to be the top guy or gal in your niche space, and higher than the other ads. Because if you're higher than the other ads, Google's going to want to send all the best traffic to you for the lowest rates, and you're basically guaranteed to make money at that point. You just got to be better than everybody else. So in your niche, it might take a lot or a little, but that's what it comes down to. Trust me on that. If you do that, you will make a profit. I promise you. And so anyway, you write your descriptions up to 4. Like I said, don't wing it. If you can't legitimately think of another way where you can say to yourself, they might really want to hear this, but they might want to hear this. If you can't really do that, then just write one description so you cut down the learning time for the campaign for Google to find your results through their testing that they're going to do for you on their end. And what I would recommend you to do to get the most results and the highest click-through rates possible out of your descriptions is if you have, through your customer research, reading the reviews and all that, find less than 4 things to talk about, then I'm going to reorder them. And so instead of saying like, we are the best broken shitter repair company on the block, maybe I'll say, or going back to that, we are the best broken shitter repair company on the block. We've been around 25 years. In that case, I might reverse it and say, we've been around 25 years. We're the best broken shitter company on the block. And those two will actually perform differently just in terms of the order in which you're writing it. So, and then ultimately you find out what's the most important point. That most important point generally comes first because that's what works best and for obvious reasons. So you get what I'm saying here. If you can't find 4 things to test, well then you just reorder things or rephrase it and use that as the other headlines. Keep in mind, it's not about like using the 4 descriptions as a way to split test. That's not what this is, or what Google's really set up for you to have 4 descriptions that you can upload in the first place. What it's really about is Google's algorithm is going to pick one that's suitable for certain types of people. So what they'll do is, if you go to my level and use single keyword ad group so that this ad here is supposed to target broken shitter repair only. And with that, you have 4 descriptions. What they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, the person, if it's a guy searching for broken shitter repair, we're going to test this description on the ad and see if that description gets a better click-through rate than this description. And then once they figure that out, they'll do the same thing for female. And what they'll ultimately find out is this description here works the best for male. Here's the one that works the best for female. So it's not so cut and dry. It's not about finding the one that works. It's about the algorithm finding out what of the 4 works for different people within the keywords that you're searching for. Because Google sees us, people searching for a certain keyword, as thousands of unique people, and is trying to figure out what version of your ad effectively, if you got multiple descriptions, go best with each type of person that they see on their end. So to sum it up, if you know some people like this or are concerned about this and some people are concerned about this, you use both descriptions so that Google can split test that based upon each sub-demographic, male versus female, old versus young, and so forth. And then over time, they'll get you more results that way because they're able to fine-tune the ad based upon what makes that grouping of people that search within the people that search for your keyword or keywords unique. Okay? So if you legitimately think there's multiple things that could be of concern to people, and different people might, and certainly if different people might take certain things more importantly than others, you use multiple descriptions. Okay? Effectively, if all you're doing is reordering or rephrasing the descriptions, you may consider doing an ad split test where you legitimately have one description on one ad, one description on another ad, and see what gets the highest click-through rate, and then use that description from now on. But I generally don't do that anymore because the algorithm's so sophisticated. Like I said, it's not about whether one description works over the other. It's about what people that search for this keyword, is this description here good versus the other one. And even if all the people that search for this keyword end up, obviously like in this description right here, Google on their own is going to start showing this one description here on its own. So, but what you don't want to do is just wing it, like I said, and just put random stuff in there, because Google's going to spend time trying to figure out crap they don't need to figure out for no good reason, and it delays the process of getting to the end results you want, where Google really knows who buys from you, who doesn't, and only doing that for you from now on, so you get the ROI that you want. So, if you're going to write a description, do your research, come up with some different descriptions. If they can't find unique things that people talk about, that it's important to them through reading the reviews and you're talking to your salespeople, then you could rephrase what you find several ways for the descriptions. So you have up to 4, and for Google to really find placement of the right description for the right people within the keywords that you're targeting. As a little example here of how this actually works, we had a paint company, sells paint product. We had a description. One description would focus more heavily on the fact that this product is a heavy-duty, high-solids product. We had one description that focused on the fact that it was an easy-to-use product. We had one description that focused on that it has a 20-year warranty. Then we had one description that focused on the fact that it comes in multiple colors. Red, green, blue, whatever, saying that that's kind of how we worded it or whatever. But like for easy to use, it's like one-time application, anybody can do it. And then for like the heavy duty, it's high solids paint, used in industrial, used for industrial applications, factories trusted across the world, even though it's like a consumer product. They're thinking, wow, I'm getting something that's even good for businesses or whatever. Anyway, just give you some general idea of how we worded these descriptions, so you're trying to think about how to word yours and how to do yours. Warranty, of course, we just said, warranty for 20 years. But you get the general idea. And so in this particular case, we knew that different people care about each one of these things differently, so we just wrote 4 descriptions and let the algorithm figure out what people within the people searching for our keywords want one description over the other. And then with that over time, the results have to get better because they're going to find out more and more and more and more what exact people want to hear about the colors versus the warranty versus the fact that it's a heavy duty product versus as an easy to use product. Okay? Because obviously you can imagine, not to be sexist here, but just to give you a simple example, if it's a female buying, of course they're going to probably like the fact that it's easy to apply more than a 20-year warranty. Whereas a guy, he knows all paint. I can handle anything. 20-year warranty is going to be more important. So anyway, you get the general gist, I think, of what I'm trying to convey here. That's the formula that I use for just writing descriptions on an ad to get the most results. And so with that, I do little split testing of descriptions. I more so just do the right research, come up with the best 4 I can think of, and then let the algorithm take over from there. And because I'm using single keyword ad groups, where I have 1 keyword per ad group, that's it, that allows Google to do demographic level testing, like I was talking about, for each keyword to find the description that works the best for each demographic within each keyword. If you go and do like what 99% of people do, which is not use single keyword ad groups, and you're targeting, you have 1 ad for like 10 keywords, and those 10 keywords are with broad match, and so you're showing up for thousands of different things. That 1 ad shows up for all thousands of different searches, ultimately, that you want to target. The algorithm has a hard time, or doesn't. It's got its hands tied on how much it can actually do for you. It wants to get you better results, but there's so many variables at play here. There's 1,000 keywords. Of course, we can't do demographic level testing of your descriptions because there's thousands of keywords that this is showing out for. Once you decrease the variables, and it's either showing up for this keyword or a close variant to it or nothing, it can do just demographic level testing of the descriptions and get you, results on a level you wouldn't be able to get if Google had also the variable of all the individual keywords that 1 ad with just those 4 descriptions had in it, that it will show up for, if you will. So over time, the results, doing it my way, the algorithm will get you higher and higher click-through rates all the time, even though you might be able to get higher click-through rates than anybody else just by having single keyword ad groups to begin with, like I told you, which you normally should have because nobody does this anymore. You'll get even better results over time. You put the tools in place for Google to get you the best results, and then over time the results just inch up more and more and more and more over time because of that demographic level testing. So anyway, pretty much said what I wanted to say about descriptions here. Probably gave you more information than you even needed, or thought you needed, I should say. You need it. Probably didn't think you needed it. But anyway, if I didn't explain anything that you thought I should explain, or have any other ad-related questions, regardless if it's about descriptions or not, feel free to leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time. I love to be able to answer my viewers' questions just as a way of giving back using my 15 years of experience doing ad strategy. Beyond that, if you are looking to make millions of dollars running ads for your business, this is the channel to pay attention to. It's not the simplest channel with the simplest information, but it's valid information coming from somebody who does ad strategy for dozens of clients as my sole job. I'm not a YouTuber, a course seller, or any of that stuff. Therefore, the information I'm giving you is valid. So if you want to really know how to get results, this is the channel you want to pay attention to and subscribe to. Furthermore, if you like the channel, found value in it already, you also can view my content at my site at guaranteeppc.com/blog, where I have excellent written material that also tells you how to make lots of money with ads. If you like the channel, you'll love the blog even more, actually. It's even more valuable, as well as my column that I write over at entrepreneur.com. So also have that. Beyond that, if you are looking for an ad manager, either now or in the future, this is exactly what I do for clients. This is all I do for clients, and I manage dozens of clients on an ongoing basis. I do ad strategy. We have a team of people that help execute my strategies, but what makes us unique is we guarantee results up front. That is, if you don't get so much sales results up front, you don't pay a fee, and you don't also have to pay us at all until we deliver that value to you up front. No other agency is doing this, which should show you about the skill level we have in getting results. So if you're interested in that, you should reach out to us at guaranteeppc.com and see if you can work with us. And, of course, we don't take just everybody on, but that's because we got to know we can get good results on your stuff to guarantee you a result in the first place. But we'd like to be able to work with anybody who can get good results, that we know we can get good results with them. So anyway, with that, guaranteeppc.com is where you can reach out and talk to me and get an assessment on what you're doing, some estimates on what you could get. If you don't want to work with an ad agency per se, which I understand, we're selling also ad templates that we've worked in over 100 markets at this particular stage in the last 10 years of running Guarantee PPC. If we've gotten results in your market before, instead of working with us, you can take the templates that we've developed for your market and just literally copy and paste the results into your account that we got, probably spending years to figure out what's the most ideal ads and landing pages, like the descriptions like we've talked about here in your market already. It's already, all the hard work's already been done for you. We sell those for a one-time fee, and we can tell you the results you would get with them up front. So, and obviously way cheaper than trying to figure out this stuff for yourself. As long as you're not in the same geographic area as our client or past client, you can use the same thing for yourself. If you're interested in that, you can also reach out to us at Guarantee PPC. We'll let you know if we've worked in your market, and even if we haven't, you can. Many people are using these templates to just start side businesses. Start a business with an ad template that already works. I mean, that's the easiest way to start a business. I promise you that you can find. We've got people selling the leads, so on and so forth, which should also tell you about the validity, how good the templates are of what we're providing. So anyway, with that said, I'll wrap it up with that though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next video where we have another great strategy for you then. See you later.